Welcome back. It's football season. This time of year, you may be excited about the Jaguars and your favorite college football teams. And today, we're combining retirement and football as we discuss the Retirement Red Zone.
You gotta love that. Adam Wolf, Jacksonville's retirement coach, is here to explain. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So how are we making this the Retirement Red Zone? I love this idea.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention too much about my Virginia Tech Hokies on Monday, but I just, to beat Florida State is a great accomplishment for our team. So, I just went to school, got my finance degree, but, the last 20 yards in a football game is the red zone.
Right.
You need to make a lot of important choices in that red zone to score because the defenses know you have 20 yards to go, and so they sort of know what your plays are. If we equate it to retirement, we're looking at it we have 5 years to go until retirement, or you're within the first 5 years of retirement. That 10-year period is where we need to make a lot of great choices to potentially limit risk, watch out for our tax costs, reduce as many fees as possible, but to make smart choices because we don't really have a lot of time left. We don't have that 80 yards that we spent our entire life, working for and accomplishing in those goals. We're down to the last 20 yards.
All right, I'm following. So this guy right here,
Doesn't sound like there's a lot in there. That's not going to get you
he's
20
not
yards.
at the red zone. This guy's not at the red zone yet. So you're saying the red zone is about 5 years before retirement, first 5 years of retirement, and what do we need to be thinking about? What changes to our plan should we be focused on?
Yes, first, having a plan. That's the big key because most people don't really think about, retirement planning until, you say, hey, well, how long do I have to work? And
Weren't we just having that conversation? We were just having that conversation.
You can't quit.
Unlike football, if you have a plan, you can get to the red zone. Unlike football, everyone's going to get to the red zone whether you like it or not here.
Whether you like it or not. So having that plan and getting within the next 5 years of retirement, starting to take a look at if you are in a very high risk portfolio, meaning if your IRAs or 401ks are loaded with stocks, aggressive stocks, it's time to take some of that aggressiveness and that risk off the table. Because if we go within the next 5 years till you retire and we have a big correction in the stock market, you don't have the time that you had to catch up and the money that you're putting in, or maybe your employer was matching your plan. So that's the big key. The other one to take a look at is how much are you paying in fees? Every 1% in fee can cost tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars in excessive fees over the course of retirement. So that 5 years away, you start to focus in like a laser on the risk and also on the fees.
And let's talk a little bit about if they are doing those things, what do they need to do? Do they need to come in and talk to you and have you take a look at this? And because that's what you always say. You say, come on in and I'll point to the fees. I got my husband to come in the door and meet with you. All I had to say was, Adam's going to make sure we're not paying fees. And
that
he
was
had
great.
his attention.
Yes, he heard fees and he was focused like a laser to come in.
Those two were talking stuff I had no idea, Curtis, half the stuff they were talking about. I'm not going to lie. And Adam, from knowing me on the show every once in a while, go, Charlene, this is what I'm talking about. And you did it in a very complimentary way to kind of back up. And because I think that's one of the great things you bring to our viewers is that you do break it down and talk about it in digestible bites.
Yeah, so there are different languages there and speaking to each of the couples because you guys are a team at this point. But, that retirement red zone and looking at the overall picture as we get closer to retirement, and everybody's unique, everybody's retirement's a little bit different. What sources of income do you have to prepare for that? How much risk you're taking? The actual tax ability of how much money you literally keep in your portfolio and are able to spend. And the biggest key of all is not running out of money and not having to reduce your lifestyle in retirement. And that's what we look at when we meet in the office.
I think that's one of the things because I learn something every time we do your talk to you each week, and it's great because most people don't think about the taxes. Uncle Sam, gonna be tough to fight him, but the fees, that's where you can really make up the difference because that basically I look at it as like either your advisor's going to spend the money or you're going to spend the money.
Yes, the fees are the easiest. The tax implication of it and reducing taxes, that's more of a longer term scenario, but that's where you can get a lot of savings as well. So if we can focus on laser like the taxes reducing and the fees reducing, it's going to be a great retirement.
Are you going to talk about that at your big event you have coming up?
Yeah, the big event is our retirement course that we're having. We're holding over there at UNF, and we're going to be doing that in early October. We have many sessions available, and it's complimentary to the viewers of the show. So we're going to have folks in there to ask their questions, everything you need to know about retirement. You're getting close to retirement or you're in retirement without a plan. You're going to be able to put your plan together. We're going to talk about the risk. We're going to talk about the fees. We're going to talk about taxes. Everything you need to know in a great setting.
And if you're afraid to ask a question, hopefully someone else will ask that question for you.
Yeah, we'll have some plants in there as well. Yeah.
Thank
Appreciate
you
it,
so
Adam.
much, Adam.
Thank you, Shirley.
Okay, and
Thanks,
for you at
Curtis.
home to learn more about the Jacksonville Retirement Academy, call Adam's office to attend. There is a 2-day course on October 4th and 11th. There you see the times there on your screen. 1-day course, and there's a 1-day course on October 6th. And even if those dates don't really work out, just did what we did. We called the office. We set up a complimentary one-on-one review so you can meet Adam in person.
And you can also learn more about how to plan for retirement by visiting wolfretirement.com. Adam has 2 office locations for your convenience, one in Jacksonville and one in Clay County. And you can connect with Adam and his team on Facebook. Just search Wolf Retirement Navigation. And look, while you're there, be sure to give their page a like. It'll help them out.
You'll learn all kinds of
and
good
you'll learn
stuff.
a bunch of stuff.